Good morning, everyone. Great Friday morning here. The sun is out. It's a little chilly outside, but that's all right. It still looks pretty. Took last week off. We had a ceremony to honor the veterans at our children's school. So just didn't feel appropriate to come and make a little ranting video after looking at the combined sacrifices of everyone that was there that day. I don't know, felt compelled not to make a video. Did have some thoughts though that got brought up because of that, and it's simply this: entitlement will never equal success. We live today, and it's our own fault in a society where people feel entitled to stuff. People feel entitled to feelings. People just feel entitled all the way around. Our children, I think we do a pretty good job of raising our children, but you know what? To a certain extent, they feel entitled to have food put on the table. They feel entitled to have a roof over their heads. And as my wife and I were discussing this morning, we're doing a fundraising drive for church where we fill shoe boxes with little items, gifts, toothbrushes, toothpaste, small toys, actually giving instead of filling the box, actually making maybe a plastic box so the people who get these actually have something to store stuff in. And they get sent overseas to children as basically for Christmas. So these children have nothing. And they get these little shoe boxes with maybe $10 worth of stuff in it, and you can see tears coming down their eyes because they're so excited that someone would take the time to give them something, to take the time to think about them. And then we have our children who, again, our children are great, and they don't really ask for a whole lot, but at the end of the day, they're still a product of the environment. And my thought is in looking around, and especially when you start looking at the teenage crowd, the young crowd, the people in their teens to mid-20s, gosh, and even on up, unfortunately, you see an entitlement for these people. They feel like that because they're alive, that they should have money. Because they're alive, they should have happiness. Because they are alive, they should have a good job. Because they are alive, they should be successful at whatever it is that they want to do. And that's not the case. The fact is, if you want any of these things, you got to go out and work. You got to go out and sacrifice. You have to be willing to lay it all on the line in order to achieve what it is that you're looking for. The biggest thing that gets me is that, everyone's entitled to be happy. No, they're not. You have the right in this country to pursue happiness. That doesn't mean that you're entitled to have it. In this country, you can go out and you can become anything that you want. If you're willing to put in the time and you're willing to risk it all, you can have whatever you want. The cases and examples are abundant of people who started with nothing and went out, sacrificed everything, and made something of themselves. The opportunity is there, but you're not entitled to that opportunity. You are the product of what you do with your life, the attitude that you have, the people you choose to surround yourself with. We can unfortunately get into a point where, because we feel like it is owed to us, that when that doesn't come to play, we then become extremely negative, and we want to then blame our environment, our upbringing, our lack of having a mother and a father in a household. We blame all this on the reasons why we don't have or can't have stuff. at some point in time, you got to look in the mirror and understand that it's not because you didn't have a mother or a father at home. It's not because you grew up on the wrong side of the tracks. It's not because you didn't grow up with money. It's not because of whatever other excuse you want to throw out there. It's because you chose not to do the work, not to risk, everything in order to get what you wanted. Guys, we live in a great country. It has its problems. But if you want to make something of yourself, stop trying to blame someone else for your problems. Look in the mirror, decide what you can do to fix your problems. Don't rely on anyone else. It's not going to happen. Maybe you get lucky, but it's just not. Go out today, find a way to change your lot in life. Find a way to change the dynamic and set yourself on a new course. Guys, have a great weekend. It's football playoff time in North Carolina. So it's going to be a nice little chilly night for some high school football. Enjoy your weekend. Thanksgiving's coming up. Remember to start thinking about why you are thankful and who you are thankful for. Have a great Friday, everyone.